Have you ever noticed that happiness always seems to be waiting somewhere in the future? I mean, like for example, I'll be happy when I graduate, or I'll be happy when I get that job, when I lose the weight, when I find the right person, when I finally have enough money. I mean, it's all endless. And it's kind of funny, isn't it? No matter what stage of life we're in, happiness always seems to be one step ahead of us, always behind the next achievement, the next milestone, the next version of ourselves. And to be honest, for the longest time, I just thought that that's how life worked. I thought that happiness was something you earned, something that waited for you at the finish line. But the older I get, the more I think that we've got it backwards. Because here's something I started noticing. Whenever I finally reach something that I've wanted for a long time, the feeling never lasts as long as I expect it to. Like, think about something you've wanted for months, or maybe even years. Maybe, I don't know, it was getting your driver's license, or buying your first car, landing your dream job, or maybe it was even as something as simple as saving up for your new phone. Just think and remember how badly you wanted it. You imagined how much better life would be once you finally had it. Then one day you got it. And yeah, I remember feeling this way myself. And my example was when I was younger, I thought getting into university would just solve everything. And one day I remember opening my acceptance email and thinking, wow, this is it. This is the start of my life. And to be honest, for the first few weeks, it really felt that way. And I think being overseas kind of just helped that feeling too. But once the assignments started piling up, I was stressed, tired, and just wondering what I wanted to do after graduating. And before I even realized it, I wasn't saying, wow, I'm happy I got here. I was saying, I'll be happy when I graduate. Nothing had changed except the finish line. My point is, for a while, it felt amazing. And I'm sure there's a time in your life where you felt the same. You just couldn't stop smiling. You couldn't stop thinking about it. You probably even told everyone you knew. But then something strange happened. Just life went back to normal. The excitement slowly disappeared. The thing that once felt like a dream just became a part of your everyday life. And without even realizing it, your mind found something new to chase: a better job, a nicer car, a bigger goal, a different phone. The finish line moved again and again and again. I don't think there's anything wrong with having goals. And in fact, I think goals give, our life direction. They give us something to work towards, they help us grow. The problem starts when we believe that happiness only exists after we achieve them. Because if happiness is always waiting for tomorrow, what happens today? How many good moments do we miss out on because we're too busy looking for what's next? And I think social media has made this worse. Every day, we're reminded of what we don't have. Someone gets engaged, someone buys a car, travels the world, starts a business, someone lands their dream job. And suddenly, the life that felt perfectly 5, 10 minutes ago just doesn't seem good enough anymore. Now, I mean, it's not because anything actually changed, but because someone else's life convinced us ours was missing something. It's almost like we've been taught that life is like a checklist. We graduate, get a job, find someone, buy a house, get married, have kids, retire, and if you're not at that same point as everyone else, you start feeling behind. But behind who? Who decided that there was only one timeline for life? I mean, some people don't meet their life until they're 40. Some people meet their love of their lives at 18. Some people discover their passion as teenagers, while others spend years trying to find different things before they eventually find what they're good at and what they want to do. And, you know, there's just so many ways. It's like some people find it their passion just in different times. And none of those lives are wrong. They're just different. I think one of the most dangerous habits we can develop is comparing our timeline to someone else's. Because no matter where you are, there will always be someone that's either ahead or behind. Someone richer, someone younger, more talented. It's just how we measure our lives. And if that's the way that we're doing it, we'll never feel like we've arrived. We'll spend our entire lives chasing a finish line that just keeps moving further away. And there's actually a reason for this. Our brains are incredibly good at adapting. The things we once dreamed about eventually become normal. And that's why your dream car eventually becomes just your car. Your dream job becomes just work. Your dream house becomes a place where you pay bills and clean the kitchen. Not because, those things aren't amazing. I mean, for me personally, I don't think cleaning the kitchen is amazing, but it's just because humans adapt. And it just means if your happiness depends entirely on the next achievement, you're asking something temporary to give you a permanent feeling. That's a battle you'll never win. I used to think that once I reached the next milestone, everything would just fall in place. That life would just somehow feel complete. But life doesn't really work like that. There isn't a magical moment where everything just suddenly makes sense. I mean, there is times, I guess, if you hit flow state, but it's different. It's just life keeps moving. There will always be another challenge, another goal, another mountain to climb, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe the point of life was never reaching the top of the mountain. Maybe it was becoming the kind of person who enjoys the climb. And maybe happiness was never waiting at the destination. Who knows, maybe it was hidden in the ordinary moments we keep brushing past. The coffee you drink before work, the conversations you have with your friends, the walk home after a long day, just the laughter that you planned with your friends, the quiet moments that nobody posts online. These moments don't feel like extraordinary, but years later, they're often the memories we miss the most. It's strange. We spend so much of our lives trying to escape the present, wishing that the future would just come quicker, but we do that only to look back one day and realize it was exactly where we wanted to be. So, yeah, I mean, dream big, set goals, work hard, become the person you've always wanted to become. But don't make the mistake of believing that your life only begins once you get there. Because if you keep telling yourself, I'll be happy when, there will always be another when, another milestone, another version of you to chase, another reason to postpone your happiness. Maybe the life you've been waiting for is the one you're already living. And Maybe happiness isn't something you find at the finish line. Maybe it's something you carry with you while you're running. And who knows? Maybe the happiest people aren't the ones who have everything. Maybe they're the ones who learn to appreciate what they already had before life gave them a reason to miss it.